What's up? How we doing, guys? Hey, so I'm gonna come shoot from the heart on this one a little bit. This video is gonna be a little different than normal. I'm trying to be more positive. I had somebody who I respect reach out to me and say, dude, your videos are getting a little bit negative. What's going on? And I had to do some serious self-reflection. I took a look and I said, you know what? I think you're right. But sometimes, like I said, I've had some things. I lost a close friend. Some other stresses in my life, and sometimes those things that you think you have under control manifest in different ways. And for me, it manifested in negativity on the videos, focusing on the downside, and you know, they're not wrong. And while that is what I do quite a bit, I do focus a lot on things that I believe can be improved. I'm not looking to bitch just to bitch. I'm looking to bitch to get a solution. And once I lose that, I'm walking a fine line. And when something's going on, like I said, I genuinely thought I was under control, but when someone you like, that you respect, reaches out to you and says, are you okay? You know, you got to stop and listen. That's self-reflection. That's what we do. That's how we get better. So, you know, and I'm not going to lie. When I critiqued Ralph in his World Supercross, I stand by my critique, but that hurt, man. That sucks. Nobody wants to critique Ralph. That's like punching Santa Claus. Ricky, on the other hand, yeah, I'm going to just leave that one be. I'm done talking about Ricky for a little while. It is what it is. You guys know how I feel. He knows how I feel. And I'll just leave it at that. I don't need to focus on that any longer. I'm going to stop that. And I don't want to drown in the negativity. I'm going to start going for a little bit more positive. It's kind of hard to do today because I got the Cooper Webb story that I'm going to drop on you guys. And man, it's gnarly. There's a lot of intricacies to this. And with the information I have, I can get you about 70% of the way there. And that's about the best I can do because there's sides of the story. One side says this, one side says this. It's all over the place. Maybe someday somebody will do a documentary on it. But as of right now, I'm going to get you about 70% of the way there, and you know, you can take it for the rest. Anyway, here is an email I got, or a message I got, and I like to focus on anyone who will challenge me. And in addition to a friend reaching out and letting me know, I saw this one and it really struck me. So I give this gentleman a pair of goggles and I'm going to read it right here. This is from Miles Standish 7907. I personally don't have a problem with RC qualifying his answers with IMO, in my opinion. To me, dude is simply trying to stay at least come across as humble. I think he's very aware of who he is and purposely avoids coming across, at least on air, as being cocky. I like the fact that he subtly lets everyone know his opinion is just that. Are there others in the broadcast as well? As far as him twisting his words or making verbal mistakes, come on, give the dude a break. He's human. As Cooksey himself said, it's a long broadcast. And I'll add that he's simply not reading from a teleprompter. He's reacting to a very fluid situation in real time. For someone who only completed his high school education a few weeks ago, never mind, he has never received any sort of formal training in broadcasting, I think he's doing quite well. While I still disagree about Ricky Carmichael, I'm going to back up off it because, I don't know, I made my point. I don't need to focus on it. I'm drowning in the negativity, and I need to get out of that. So, all right, guys, I want to thank CF7. CF7 is a surf clothing brand who promotes a positive image. These guys are really cool. They're into spirituality and just being, the surf community is different than like the moto community, but I dig it. I really do. I like the fact that they kind of embrace the spirituality of the ocean. It's an aspect that, like I said, right now I kind of need it. So check out CF7. They're awesome. Complete Med Solutions. Complete Med Solutions is Coach Rob's blood testing. If you're not feeling well or you're tired, check out Complete Med Solutions. They'll draw your blood work and let you know what's going on. Strapped. Strapped, my favorite goggle company. These guys are awesome. Let's Go, Brandon, yes, the famous goggles, but they have some Patriot goggles. They're a good company, and I would appreciate it if you support them. And Miles, who I just read that the email for, Strapped is going to give him a set of goggles, glasses, or maybe even a shirt. But we'll definitely take care of Miles. Epic Garage Designs. Epic has the coolest studio. Anything you want for your garage. We just did a garage this morning. Slat wall. Easiest thing you can do your garage to make it look cool and be organized without taking up wall space. If you still want to park your cars, add slat wall. You can hang anything from it. Slat wall holds 95 pounds per square foot with the PVC and 200 pounds per square foot for like the power core inserted. Anyone can put it in. We can drop ship it anywhere. So anyway, guys, let's get into this.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
This whole thing with Cooper Webb started back a while ago. This started, so he wins his championship. I believe it was 21. He won his championship. So he doesn't want to work with Alden anymore. He pays a lot of money to Alden. He feels like he can get prepared on his own. He tells KTM, and when you're the champion, you can make these kinds of demands, and they'll say, no problem, as long as the results stay up. Unfortunately, the next year, a combination of things happened. KTM came out with a new bike, which nobody liked. Cooper, KTM's blaming him. He's blaming the bike. And essentially, they forced him to go back to Alden Baker, but he didn't really want to. And rumor was, when he went back to Alden's place, he was just doing the mandated stuff that KTM made him do. He wasn't really participating in the program. He would just use the track, the facilities, and give the money that he had to give. That's essentially what he did when he went back to Alden's, and I don't think he had a real good attitude about it. You notice he never ever thanked Alden on the podium. But so then he sits out last summer, comes back this year, and everyone's watching him really close. Like, it's an important year. I mean, if he doesn't have a good year in 2023, that might be it for Cooper Webb. He comes out fighting and battles for the championship all the way to the end. And a lot of people were saying, oh, it's Alden. Alden got him back. I don't think Cooper really liked that. I think that stuck in his craw a little bit. And his contract was set to where he could race the outdoor nationals if he so choose, or he could sit out the summer. He's like, I'm going to sit out the summer, but I'm going to go race World Supercross with my friends. World Supercross is run by Adam Bailey. He's the CEO now. He has a wonderful relationship with Cooper Webb. Back in the day when they had the OzX Open, and they brought Cooper and Ricky Carmichael when James Stewart was a no-show, and they essentially saved his event. So Adam Bailey and the guys from SX Global, they have a very fond relationship, and they really like Cooper Webb, and they knew getting Cooper Webb and Ken Roxon, we got some heavy hitters. We got a serious rivalry. If we can get these two in the World Championship, we're in business. Well, KTM also knows that exact same thing. They have a bad relationship with World Supercross. According to Adam Bailey, apparently there was a bad meeting between the former CEO of SX Global and KTM where it got almost confrontational, and they were accused of attacking the series or trying to hurt. It went completely sideways. So there's no love lost between KTM and the World Supercross promoters, but yet Cooper, who rides for KTM, loves them. So it really was an awkward situation where Cooper's battling to go race, they're saying no, so Cooper uses the clause in his contract to go outdoor racing, giving what they thought wasn't his best effort. They're wasting all this money to go racing with a guy who doesn't seem to care that much and almost seems to be doing it just to stick it to him and get money. Well, rumor has it that, this is Steve Mathis reported, that KTM dropped him after the first round of World Supercross just to make sure he wouldn't be a contender in that championship, and then, they part ways. I do know for a fact they're working on getting Cooper Webb to one or two of those rounds for World Supercross, obviously on a Yamaha, because I don't think there's any way he goes back to a KTM after the way that broke up. But yeah, so that's it in a nutshell, guys. Maybe one day we'll get all these answers, but that gets you about 75% of the way there of what happened with Cooper Webb and where it's at. He's got Star Yamaha next year. I believe Star Yamaha for SMX. He loved that team, and he feels like he's going back home, and he wants to end his career with Star Yamaha. So it's going to be interesting to see him back, and it looks like it's 100%. Looks like it's about 100% that Tomac is also coming back. Some people reported a 2-year. The information I found was a 1-year deal, Supercross only with the option for outdoors, same as he did this year. And I can't wait to see Tomac back. And a lot of people are like, oh, Achilles, 2-year injury. I've had a ruptured Achilles, so I can base it off my own experience with the Achilles. I don't think a super athlete like Eli is going to have much problem. I don't think it's much more than an ACL. Yes, if he's a basketball player, it affects him a little bit more. But I think he could tape it up, use the ankle savers. I mean, look at Vince Friese. Vince Friese looked great at World Supercross, and it wasn't that long ago that Vince Friese ruptured his Achilles tendon. So anyway, guys, that's it. Remember, subscribe, stay positive, and I'll catch you later.